The Loneliest Man Finds Love. Story by Debbie Robinson. Read by voice actor Ray Robinson. There is a man who lives in the mountains. He has no family. The townspeople at the bottom of the mountain used to call him the loneliest man, but now they call him by his name, Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie smiles as he watches his little puppy, Charlie Girl, go over the hill. Her tail is wagging. She is happy because she is going to visit her brothers and sisters who live over the hill. Charlie Girl loves the loneliest man, and the loneliest man loves her. One day as Mr. Charlie is working in his garden, he notices that Charlie Girl goes in a different direction. He continues to work in the garden. After about 2 hours, Charlie Girl returns. The next day, she again goes in a different direction. This time he decides to follow her. Charlie Girl walks down a dirt road. Mr. Charlie knows this road. He mumbles to himself, "There's a house at the end, but it's empty." As he gets near the house, he watches Charlie Girl go around to the back of the house. He sees that the house is no longer empty. There is a woman working in the garden. She has short brown hair. She seems to be about his age, or a little younger. He begins to become anxious. He gets very nervous when he has to talk to people. He really wants to know why Charlie Girl comes here, but he turns around to leave. However, the woman sees him and yells, "Hello, you must be the owner of the little puppy." Mr. Charlie turns back around and walks over to her. His heart is beating fast. "Hello," she says again. "Are you the owner of that little puppy?" Mr. Charlie clears his throat. "Yes, I'm the owner. Her name is Charlie Girl." "Charlie Girl? That's an interesting name." Mr. Charlie clears his throat again, but says nothing. The woman stares at him for a second and then says, "My name is Madeline." Mr. Charlie just stands there staring down at the ground. "Well, do you have a name?" she asks, smiling. He smiles and chuckles. "Yes, I do have a name. It's Charlie." "Charlie? Oh, I see. You named her after yourself." "Yes." "Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to meet you, Charlie. Please sit down for a while." Mr. Charlie answers quickly. "No, actually, Charlie Girl and I need to be going home." "I doubt very seriously that Charlie Girl will be leaving anytime soon. She and her little friend usually play for a while." "Friend?" "Yes. Come with me and see." He follows her to the backyard. He expects to see another puppy. He is very surprised to see Charlie Girl playing with a little rabbit. He smiles. "Well, this is unexpected." "Yes," Madeline laughs. "It's my rabbit. Her name is Coco. She often wanders around. I guess Charlie Girl met her on the pathway and followed her here." Mr. Charlie continues to stare at them in amazement. "Well, you can either go home and wait for Charlie Girl to come home, or you could sit here and talk to me until she is ready." Mr. Charlie feels that he cannot stay. He is just too nervous. But Madeline says, "I hope you can stay because I often get lonely here." He looks at her, knowing the feeling of loneliness. He sits down. "I can make us some tea. Do you like tea?" Mr. Charlie begins to think. Then he says, I don't know. I've never had tea. I only drink coffee, milk, milk and water. You've never had tea? Well, you must try it. Madeline is excited. She gets up and goes inside. Soon she returns carrying a tray. There are 2 cups of tea and some banana bread on the tray. She also has sugar and lemon. She watches Charlie as he puts sugar in his tea. He stares at the lemon. Madeline smiles. The lemon is for the tea. You can just squeeze a little in it. Mr. Charlie chuckles. Oh. He notices her watching him as he squeezes a little lemon in the tea. He stirs it with a spoon and then tastes it. This is good. He tastes the banana bread. As he is chewing the bread, he becomes very sad. Madeline notices the change in his expression and asks, Is something wrong? No, it tastes perfect. It is very good. He is silent for a while, then says, It reminds me of my late wife. She used to make the best banana bread. I'm sorry, Charlie. Losing a loved one is never easy. No, he says sadly. She was so young. Charlie begins to think about his beloved wife. He puts the tea on the tray and gets up. I have to go. Thank you for your hospitality. She watches him leave, and she sees a tear roll down his face. A week later, Charlie gathers a few peppers from his garden and again follows Charlie Girl down the pathway to Madeline's house. Well, hello, Charlie. It's so good to see you again. Hello, Madeline. I brought you some peppers from my garden. The last time that I was here, I noticed that your peppers were not growing very well. Madeline laughs. Thank you so much. This is very kind of you to bring me peppers. It seems that I can grow everything except peppers. They sit on the porch and watch Charlie Girl and Coco play. Finally, Charlie clears his throat and asks shyly, Do you have any more banana bread? Madeline smiles. Actually, I just made more this morning. Oh, really? There's nothing better than fresh banana bread. I could eat it all day. Madeline laughs and goes inside. She returns carrying a tray. There are 2 cups of tea, 2 slices of banana bread, sugar, and a lemon on the tray. As they are eating, Charlie tells her the story about Charlie Girl's father, Little Charlie. He tells her about how little Charlie fell into his well. He also tells her about the veterinarian and the townspeople. Then he tells her about little Charlie's puppies. Madeline sits and listens with amazement. Finally, Charlie finishes the story. I am very happy that you were able to help little Charlie. Thank you for telling me the story. It's a great story. Charlie looks at Madeline. You know, I don't think that I have talked that much in a long time. My tea is cold. Both of them laugh, and Madeline gets him another cup of hot tea. Charlie looks around the yard. You have a nice garden. Thank you. This is my first time growing a garden on my own. He sees the expression on her face and knows right away that she has also experienced a loss. I'm sorry, he says. Thank you. Her voice is low. After a few minutes of silence, Charlie asks, Madeline, have you ever ridden a horse? Madeline is surprised by the question. Well, actually, I'm afraid of horses. Afraid of horses? No. Yes, I am afraid of horses. I think that they are beautiful animals, and I have always wanted to ride one. But I am afraid. Well, I think that I can help you with that. There is a park just a little distance from town. It has horses that people can ride. Let's go there tomorrow. Madeline smiles. I would like that. The next day, Charlie and Madeline walk down the mountain. Then they take a small bus to the horse park. The man at the park leads them to the horses. Madeline watches Charlie as he pets and talks to the horses. Then Charlie gets on one and rides it slowly. The next day, they go down the mountain again, and Madeline again watches Charlie. Finally, he says, Now, you stand beside me. Madeline stands beside Charlie and begins to pet the horse. She smiles at Charlie and whispers, I'm really doing it. I'm really doing it. Charlie stares at her and smiles. Now are you ready to ride? Madeline is hesitant. You can do it, he says. She likes you. You're going to be fine. Madeline carefully gets on the horse, and Charlie gets on another one. After a few minutes, Madeline cries out, I'm doing it. I'm actually riding a horse. Charlie laughs loudly. Well, actually, you're not riding. You're just sitting. Madeline begins to love horses, and she loves riding. Charlie is very happy. He loves spending time with Madeline, and she loves spending time with him. One day, Madeline tells him that she is going to be leaving for 2 weeks to visit her sons and grandchildren in Texas. Texas? That's far away. Charlie is not happy. It's not so far, she says. Can you take care of Coco while I'm gone? Yes, of course. Here, this is for you. She hands him a bag. What's this? He opens it and sees a loaf of banana bread. Then he asks, What? Just one loaf? This won't last very long. They laugh. Then both of them just stand there without saying anything. Finally, Madeline shyly says, I am going to miss you. Her voice is soft. She begins to blush as she turns to leave. Charlie chuckles, and as she leaves, he looks down at Charlie girl. Charlie girl, I don't know how it happened, but I think I'm in love. Charlie girl barks and wags her tail. She continues to bark. Charlie chuckles again. Yes, I agree. I think she loves me too. While Madeline is away, Charlie tries to stay busy, but he cannot stop thinking about her. One day he goes down the mountain to get a special gift for her. When she returns, one of her sons is with her. His name is Juan. One of her granddaughters is also with her. Her name is Juanita. They stay for several weeks. Charlie and Madeline's family get along very well. One day, Juan says to Charlie, "Mr. Charlie, my mom is in love with you, you know. She couldn't stop talking about you the whole time she was visiting the family." Charlie smiles, but says nothing. "You're a good man, Mr. Charlie, a very good man. I am very happy that Mom has finally found someone to love." Juan waits for Charlie to respond. Charlie remains quiet. Juan finally looks over at Charlie. "And I think that I would be correct in saying that you love her too. Am I right?" Charlie clears his throat. Yes, I think you are." A few days later, while Madeline and Charlie are enjoying a cup of tea, Charlie says, "Madeline, I have a gift for you." "Oh," she asks, "what is it?" Charlie reaches into his pocket and hands Madeline a small box. She opens it and just stares at it. She is very surprised. She doesn't know what to say. Charlie smiles and says, "What? Don't you like rings?" Madeline looks at him. "Yes, Charlie, I love rings, but..." "But what?" Charlie asks, smiling inside. Is this an engagement ring?" Charlie clears his throat. "Well, I don't really know a lot about rings. You tell me, is it? Is it an engagement ring?" Madeline blushes. "Yes, it definitely looks like an engagement ring." "Oh, well, would you like to wear an engagement ring for me?" Madeline cannot stop smiling. Charlie laughs. "I'll take that as a yes." The townspeople are so happy for Madeline and Mr. Charlie, and they all help to make arrangements for the wedding. The wedding is held on the mountain. All of the townspeople travel up the mountain to attend. All of Madeline's family from Texas also come. It is one of the most beautiful and happiest weddings one has ever seen.